Okay. This is the first real good hot day we've had. I thought our guys fought through it well. We're starting to pick up the intensity a little bit. I think the offense has gotten much better in the last couple of practices. We just kind of lost our focus at the end of last week. Defensively, we look a little tired, and we look like we're letting up on the offense a little bit. We don't need to do that, but we're starting to put in some different fronts to keep their attention. Yesterday, 2 practices was good. I thought that went well. Today, one, we went about 3.5 hours and not done yet, but we got to get in a lot better shape. We're having some guys get a few hamstring tightness and groins and all that kind of stuff. That happens in 2 days. So, like the receivers, what they're doing, you know, I watch receivers more today than I have in the last couple of weeks. Just a simple fact that, you know, they're getting all this publicity, and you know, we call them out in team meetings and things like that to press a little bit harder, be more leaders, and show their seniority. So they look a little bit better today. Questions?
Andrew Gans, he wasn't out here, was
he? Yeah, he's out here. He's just tight. You know, his groin's tight.
Field goal kicking didn't look to be too good.
No, he wasn't out here. That was our backup. And, you know, he kicked enough. I think he overkicked a little bit in the scrimmage on the sideline. You know, he thinks he can kick 500 a day, and you can't do that. You got to. It's a marathon. It ain't a sprint for him. So we'll pull him back to the scrimmage on Friday night. That's a nice camera, nice microphone.
Like that?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Is there any difficulty with Gunner in getting him comfortable or in a rhythm with so many different guys? I noticed you're rotating a lot on the 1s and 2s.
Yeah, and that's the reason we're doing that, because the different guys are different heights, speeds, and quickness, and we're trying to get to where we can play at least 7 or 8 receivers. And some of these young guys are doing well. You know, Braylon Beard, he's doing good. He's not very big, but we've got to get used to throwing guys like that. Shaq is a little bit slowed up because his hamstring's been tight, so we hadn't had that consistency of throwing to a little guy at the slot. So Braylon and Frank Labotte's kind of taking over for him. Shaq will do a little bit on Friday night, and we're going to crank him more up next Monday.
You talked about the receivers. Is it a case you were worried about them reading too many of those press clippings?
Exactly right. Y'all write too much about them. Sometimes they think they're better than what they are, and we've got talent. I mean, but you got to show up. You know, last year's, you throw all that crap away from last year. I mean, you got to start over. Same thing with Gunner. You know, he had a decent first year, but it don't take but a few bad throws to put us in a situation that we can't overcome it. That's the reason we're working hard on the running game. But you know, we've got some players, but you got to execute, and you know, we'll find out here in a couple of weeks. But you know, we've got to act like we're not very good right now, and that's what we're trying to tell them. You've
talked about the number of depth you have now as far as having 4 teams. Still freshmen that would step up. You have no problem playing them this year?
No. We got a couple of freshmen we're looking at, especially on the defensive line, secondary. We're looking at a couple of the D linemen that have really come on. You know, some of these guys that think they're second, third team that've been here a couple of years, you know, they're going to be sitting home watching on television or playing somewhere else. It makes me no difference. You know, we're going to play the ones that's busting their butt out here trying to get better, and whether they got 1 year left or 4 years left, it makes me no difference.
One player that's kind of sticking out today is Oglesby, a young player, kind of undersized, but he's quick.
Norman's quick, very athletic. He plays with leverage because he's only, almost 6 feet tall. He's going to be a heck of a football player for us. He just needs to learn what to do. He plays hard. That's what I like about him, and he'll probably end up playing this year if he keeps playing like he's playing.
Anything else? How's Cassius doing in the middle?
Cassius is doing good. Him and Eric are working well. You know, they haven't played much together, but they're playing hard and learning, you know, how to feed off each other. I just mentioned that today to some of the coaches, how much better they look of coinciding, their alignments on the field, communicating with each other. Those guys are very athletic, more athletic than what we've had, but they just don't have the experience that Temple had. But I'm real pleased with the linebackers. They're playing much better than I thought they would at this time.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate y'all coming.